Hey everyone, we are back for another week of programming. The workouts have changed again. We have some either new exercises or new ways of doing exercises we've previously been doing in weeks 1 to 4. So I wanted to come on and talk about form, proper form. When talking about what hypertrophy is, talking about proper or realistic fitness goals, activity versus exercise, the one thing I kept repeating is good form. Being able to do those things with good form. So, first of all, I always start out whenever I'm in class, online training, in person, online, whatever, telling clients and participants to choose form over height and depth. And I get a lot of people that are like, oh, yeah, of course, I'm definitely going to do that. And then I see them and they don't, and they still feel compelled to lunge the deepest and lift the heaviest with terrible form. So proper form can keep you in class, keeps you in the program for as long as you choose to participate in that program or class. So what does kind of focusing on our form actually look like? I'm not a huge fan of the expression practice makes perfect, but practice does make progress. So practicing something over and over and over again is a really great way to work on our form. Now, I'm not always saying constantly practice squats. I'm talking about becoming more aware of your body in space and time, which is another way of saying proprioception, but we're going to try to stay out of the weeds in this one. So look in a mirror, watch yourself, complete an exercise. Okay, I did a squat. Did I do everything right? Or am I leaning down when I'm squatting? Am I leaning forward when I'm lunging? Am I bringing my elbows out when I'm doing a shoulder press when they need to be up here? Those kinds of things are good. So look in a mirror, watch yourself do those activities, but also use things around you that's going to engage that kinesthetic aspect of learning, so that the things that we can't always feel when we're just standing in the middle of a room doing our exercise can give us that cue, that body cue to do it. So I have a wall behind me. I can stand up against that wall and imagine myself driving my belly button into the wall, and not just into the wall. I'm trying to drive it through there so it breaks a hole, and it's a whole big thing. I know you kind of sometimes have to be way over dramatic when, getting the shoulders down with cues and things like that, because that's sometimes how my mind works best. But yeah, use a broomstick to make sure that your head, mid, back, and hips are all in line with one another, and that you're not ending up rounding out your back. So using those physical things that we can't always use in a workout. You want to be able to deadlift with dumbbells, so it's not always convenient to have a broomstick at your back while holding dumbbells while doing a deadlift. So that would be something that you can practice maybe in a full-length mirror, whatever you have, a window reflection, whatever works for you. That's some ways that you can kind of have that practice for doing that. So, and the biggest thing that I'm going to close with is don't assume you are doing it with proper form. Don't ever, oh, I'm good. I'm sure I'm doing it with proper form. No, I'm here. So yes, this is an online program, but I'm here. So make a video of yourself doing that one exercise that you're like, I just don't feel like I'm doing this right. You can always send me a message with that video, and I can give you some cues, things to think about to improve your form in that exercise. Find videos online. I have an exercise library that I know you guys have been using to maybe find out some of those new exercises, but there are lots of other resources out there that break down even further some of those moves. So find videos online, and then as always, drop the weights. Drop the weights entirely until you can complete that exercise with good form. You can get just as much out of, a body weight deadlift by just tensing and tightening all the muscles, pushing your shoulder blades down and back, squeezing those oranges underneath your arms, nice and tight, pushing your hips to the back wall. You could just get just as much out of that as you can a, deadlift with 20 pounds. So always drop the weight, shorten up the lunge, shorten up the squat, don't go as deep. Form over height, depth, weight, any day of the week. I say it all the time. Form first. Has to be proper form.